The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this 19th, Friday, the 19th of September. And what are we looking at? Let me just grab the E-mini right now. Just trying desperately to turn up. It's having a very difficult time. Let me see. Is that anything here? 9-period moving average hasn't crossed positive yet. It was before, made a peak C1, C2. Yeah, all right, just step aside for the moment. Here we go. So I'm looking at the Dow right now, all-time high a few days ago, and that, let me just put it in here, that was at 46,317. Let me just change that, 317, not 137, but 317. And that's very important because we were anticipating that somehow or other in Chapman methodology, it would be so unusual not to make a leg D. And to go with that, just to demonstrate this technique, as I do this, I'm going to go through the technical aspect as well. So look, in the Chapman methodology, the idea is to identify the lowest low bar and then count each successively higher peak. And what you want to see is after peak A, as it goes to leg B, it could be earlier, but usually it's at B, there's an upgrade from a buy signal. And very soon after that, you get an upgrade from a buy signal to a buy mode. That buy mode implies that there should be at least 4 higher peaks. That's the objective in the Chapman methodology. All these years, all these thousands of charts, try to identify the low bar, try to count each successively higher peak, alphabetize them sequentially, uppercase on the way up, lowercase on the way down, A, peak B, C, D, E, F, and G. But it's that objective is to get you to the 4th highest wave, and that's that peak D, and then other things can happen. Just as simple as that. What do? Identify the low bar, see if we can upgrade, the chart gets upgraded from a buy signal to a buy grade, a buy mode. What's the objective is to get you to the 4th highest peak, peak D. That's where other things can happen. If within 3 bars you have another new high, that becomes an E, but you could think instant restart. That's usually very positive. All right, let's just get on with this. And what do we have? We had a little instant restart right there. And I said, this is unusual because we went to a lower low. And unless the whole thing's going to collapse and we come back to the 44,500s, I'm anticipating a D. Somehow or other, we should get the D because that's the objective. And what do? We got to the D. Now, I should also mention that we've been long. Look at this. We've been long since 2020, then added, took some off, added again back in 2022. That was October. And then the last iteration, we got long April, this past April. So we have some left. And right now, what we're looking at, we even have some Dow Diamonds from 2020. But that's a cumulative thing. And now what we're looking at is, are we getting close to some kind of a consolidation? Now, I want to do this. Before I get into all the numbers, I think it's absolutely imperative. In my way of thinking, and having followed markets for many, many decades, you don't get a serious sell-off unless there is a really ugly, bad news scenario, background, that goes from background very quickly to foreground and then becomes persistent and just weighs on the market. Tariffs, impeachment, rates, whatever it is, geopolitical, Iran, I don't care what it is. It's got to be thematic and it's got to be persistent. Otherwise, you just get these one-offs. You just get a sharp sell-off, technical consolidation. Whoops, like a cork in water, you keep going up. So what's missing? What's missing here, it's there in the background because I don't think the yields are quite done. I think we've got that is done as a story. I think they are going to become much more of a story. So with that said, the Dow has gone to a leg D. It's maybe a peak D if there's no new high above 46,317. And as we always do at D, we say, okay, now you've got to have a moment's caution. Doesn't mean to say it could change anything. Better get something to drink. Good. So that's the Dow, all-time highs. S&P, yesterday, all-time high. Not so much today, just underneath it. And yesterday's high was, I just need to update these. I thought I had updated them. 6656.80. Just days ago, we had 6,600. 6656.80. Whew. Okay, now that is an F, but it could have been, this could be an F/B. All right, there could have been an instant restart right there. Right there, let me circle, because we always circle D very quickly going to an E within 3 bars. And there it is. Don't have to do anything. It's just there as a little observation. Okay, and we've already got one in the weekly chart. The technicals, look at this. The price is over the 9-period moving average in the daily. The 9 is over the 14. The MACD is still rising. The retro strength, the little gray line here, still very good. Stochastics fabulous at 92%. On balance volume made a little double top and coincided with the pullback, and now it's a little bit underneath overbought. All of that's excellent. Weekly chart, I don't have to repeat it, it's exactly the same thing. The only difference is that the on-balance volume's a little bit more overbought. That's the only thing here that says to me overbought. And I had a Fibonacci expansion going to 6,022. Well, we went to 6,056. I'd say 34 points, 33 points is more than the level that we were looking at. And what I tend to do is I just get rid of it. I want to get rid of anything that's redundant. That's redundant for me right now. I've got plenty of support levels that I could look at in the weekly chart. Don't need to go there. And the monthly chart is still very strong. Hey, what about the QQQ? New all-time high today. Boom. Spikes up, goes to 598.43, all-time high. If you look at the, I hope I've still got it. Probably don't. Let's just see the NDX, the same thing. Oh, man, I lost it all. But I think I still have my comp index. Well, the NDX will be exactly the same as the, QQQ. So let's go to the comp index, COMPX. And what does that say? I haven't updated. Leg C in the weekly. Here we go. Yes, there you go. C in the daily, right there. And we got to a D. Unbelievable how that works. D, now it's accomplished. Now, all you can say is it's accomplished a buy mode objective, which is to get to a D. Now other things can take place, and we'll talk about that. So in the meantime, the weekly chart says we should still go to a higher high, to a leg D. So it means over the next couple of weeks, maybe next month or so, we should go to a higher high, even if we make a peak C. All right, now I want to go to the IWM. All-time high. Bravo. Clap, 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 clap. Did that today as well, 245.57. And what are we looking at? We're only looking at a leg C. There's always something that says, oh, you thought you had everything worked out. No, this is a leg C, and should go to a D. Look at this beautiful symmetry, technical Friday. So look, the left side low right there, those prices from 244.98 high of November 2024 came down to the low of April the 11th. It was actually the 7th, this is a weekly chart. And we've extended to the right, but I've had the same kind of technique. And we went to the exact high this week, 244.98. We tagged it per.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
So let me just do this. I had a really good question in the Tiger YouTube. Basil, pretty amazing market. I'm still trying to get a second added position to my IWM. Do you still think it could pull back to 233 area, or would you pull the trigger at a higher level? Thanks. So I'm going to come back to that because there are a couple of things I want to talk about the charts just purely because it's Technical Friday. But in the meantime, it did not give that opportunity to pull back that I thought down to the 233, 232 level to be able to add to at least a added split position. Haven't got that. Instead, we've gone to the all-time high now. Now we have to discuss this in a slightly different way. I don't want to get too carried away. Congratulations. You're the one that got into it. I'm the one that possibly guided you and other subscribers through, even though we didn't personally have it, because we're very lucky. We've got a portfolio that has some stocks that have, on weekdays, at least one of them did very nicely. So it was always holding very nicely. But mostly they've done really well. And I've been happy with that, thinking that I didn't want to either go into the aggressive TNA, which is 3 times long, or the IWM, which is only 1 times long. And I felt that in the portfolio that we've had a very good chance, an opportunity that we did take to try to garner bigger gains from these particular positions. And that's worked out. I don't know how long that's going to work out at this particular point, but so far, so good. So let me come back to that. I'll actually make a little note here to give you time, to give this particular subject time before the show ends. And I will discuss it in my market overview for subscribers this afternoon when I do my weekly video. Remember, that's part of the package with the Chapman Wave methodology. You get my opening call and you get the different techniques, plus I discuss them in quite detail, quite strong detail. Now, let's just do this. So we did that. I just want to quickly go to this estimations to say they're pulling back a little bit down to just over 2 at 314.77. Yesterday, they went all the way to 300, I think it was 18 something, 318.62. I forgot to update that. In leg D, 318.62. And you can see, now you can say, oh, these are all, look at the markets are really overbought. You know, if you look at them in certain ways, it depends on your your perspective. But if you looking at them, just walking the 9-period moving average in the weekly chart, the SMHs, hey, nothing to see here. What about this break to the upside? Will you consider this an A or an E? I'm going to discuss that when I discuss it with the IWM in a moment. But in the meantime, look, all of these, the stochastics at 92% in the daily. In the weekly, it's 87%. I mean, these are good numbers. So I don't see anything just yet to say, be really, I can see a dip, sure, but I don't see anything to say, watch out, Titanic. No. Okay, so let's just do this quickly. The GDX right now is trading up to, gosh, it just refuses to go. That's what I was saying yesterday and the day before. There aren't any technicals here other than some news story. There isn't anything technically weak. Even though the MACD went weak, the relative strength went weak, the stochastic still at 83%. On balance, volume is still good. And here we are at an all-time high as we go to 70.85. Really nice. Now, of course, for subscribers, we do have gold in our portfolio. And let's see where gold is right now. Gold has come back a little bit, up 12. Yeah, this is a pattern that also makes me a little nervous, saying that 9-period moving average can start to move down, but it has a long way to go for that green line to go pink underneath the 14. So I don't see anything yet, but this is a pattern right here when you come down and then you can make the dreaded H or you can make the U-turn. Make back up. So I'm going to watch this very closely. Nothing to do with this particular time. Peak D in the daily, leg D in the weekly. Look at that. Leg D took time rather than price, and it's E in the weekly. Let's just get to silver. Silver is up 47 cents, isn't at a new high, but it is a nice pattern. But I'm watching this closely because it has a peak E, and so far it's holding very well. But at any point in the next, going all the way into the end of September, if there is a close under this low right here, the 10th of September of 41, let's call it 41, a close under 41 would suggest some toppy action. There are. Let me did that. Yeah. So yeah, let me just do this quickly. So I had a question about VGZ. VGZ is trading up 6 cents at $2.20. So this is a Vista Gold. Look how it's just steadily, the 9-period moving average in the monthly chart started to move up, and held the black line, the 14-period moving average, helped the higher 9-period moving average act as a springboard to the upside. So the question is, let's see. Good morning, Basil. I enjoy your segment on TFNN. I wanted your opinion on VGZ. I sold for a nice gain at 220, but love the fundamentals and volume that brought us here. The parabolic move and some advice for others caused me to exit, but was looking for your opinion on a re-entry and stop if you see fit. DVS is another position I own, but looking to add if you had information about two, or if time, if that about, yeah, that one too, if time warrants. Look forward to your show. Best wishes. So look, I'm going to say to you, you see this pattern right here? I always do this. I usually do it either at the halfway mark, like a half mast, right? But invariably, I prefer to just do that. Maybe I'll have an inside cup formation right here. So at 2.19, up 0.05 right now, I'm looking at Vista. VGZ is the symbol. And I'm saying it's done everything that you would ever wish. Look at this beautiful peak A. Very quick, B, then a long time to go to a leg C, then a little bit shorter time to go to a D, and now it's taking a big breather because it's got Chapman wave inverted Roman candle. So I'll make it as simple as possible. If VGZ, this is a little different to normal because it's only a $2.19 stock. If Vista is able to hold, I'm going to make it like 3 hours. 3 hours above $2.30 without hitting 230 and then pulling back to 218. It holds there. There's a really good chance within that day or the very next day, it's going to attempt to get to the high of $2.46. That's this Chapman wave inverted green Roman candle. That's the daily. The weekly has almost the same, but that wick is a little bit too long. I don't like to call that a Roman candle. It has to have a tiny little wick, just like a Roman candle. And but this will apply to the daily, which just happens to be applying to the weekly, right? So this is what I'm going to say to you. You took your money, you took $2.20 out. Just in the back of your mind, I'd have a backup plan, because a stock doesn't wait for, I remember late Tom O'Brien used to talk about Vista, used to interview the, I think the owner or the CEO. And look at this beautiful cup and a second cup formation, a little bit longer on the right side. I could do it so that it looks exact. But in the meantime, if it closes on the month above this high that was made on the 30th of June of 2016 at $2.09, that'll be really positive. So here's the other one. I want to just get to it, DVS. And I want to put the two together, slightly different chart formations. Look how steady this is built, a steady rising stair-step move to the upside in the monthly chart. Varden Silver Core. I'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Hi folks,
So a couple of questions here. So first of all, let me just say this. I first want to tell you, Jason, that just to give you a perspective of where I am on the stocks that you mentioned. To give you, when you've been so patient and you've been in so long, and then you took really good gains, I don't know if in a day or two you want to just get right back in and say, well, that was nice, but now just start the thing all over again. I'm going to just say to you, look, first of all, with VGC, it's taken so long to get to this point. I don't see why it should suddenly turn around seriously from here. I can see it having a digestive phase and a $2 stock. That could be quite a percentage. But I'm just saying, I like it. So it doesn't have to be today, but in the next couple of days, I would like to see you back in it in a much smaller way. It has to prove itself now for the next big move. Either it does it. It should have done it yesterday and today. It isn't. That means it's just in a digestive phase. So please, just think about it's at 220 right now. That's where you exited. At least I would just get my foot in the door here just to get it. That's the best way you can get a feel for the stock, right? And at this point, all I can say is that if it takes out $1.90, then it's going to be a longer digestive phase. So you might want to say, okay, I'm going to wait. I prefer to sacrifice upside for, I don't want to lose downside. That's number one. But this one is a different one. This DBS, look at this. Look at the long term. This is the monthly chart. Look at that. It makes, look at this. It's like it's trading in a band, right? Just say I took a line and I said, okay, between here and here, look here and here. Look here and here. And then I just move that and I say, great. This is like a cookie cutter, right? And I'm just moving along. And then all of a sudden it goes to higher highs. Well, this band has a low down there. So it's doing very well. It's doing very nicely. Just look how steady it is. Even if it pulls back, it's still making higher highs and higher lows over a period of 9 years, 10 years almost. So I'm just going to say, I don't want you to change anything right now. You've been so patient. So I'm just going to say to you, get a little wiggle room, a little foot in the door to get back into, if you haven't gotten out of everything for VGZ, I'd like you to at least be in a little bit. It won't make any difference really at this price, $2. It really has to move a lot for it to make a difference to your pocketbook. But I'm just saying, I'm not happy with you out of it because it's finally woken up, right? Rip Van Winkle sleeps for 20 years, suddenly moves up. Now it's active. So that's all I'm saying to you, right? I like it. I like the book. I wouldn't. Let's look at it again next week. The DVZ, that's the Varden Silver Corporation. All right. So another question came in here. Let me just quickly go through these lists. Oh, I didn't do the Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is trading down at 1,220. You remember I said it is stuck in a range. It's gone to peak D and it's stalled. It hasn't broken sharply above. Not good. So I'm just saying I love Bitcoin. We still own our Bitcoin out, but I'm just holding here. I'm just letting it take the time it needs before it can just regenerate energy to the upside. Next question in the den, Mr. Chapman. Chapman. If you have time, we'd love to hear your comments, any comments on socioeconomic signs of a major top that could be starting to show now, but are still years away from flashing any real warning sign. Now, remember, major tops, the ones that I'm looking at, they do nothing. You hear a little bit of news, skyscraper here, a major bridge here, just these huge constructions, etc., and then they start to accelerate. So I'm going to say, this is now it's on the forefront of my mind, but not on the forefront of my thoughts here, because I don't think we're anywhere close to that. But all the signs, the fact that the government is becoming involved in equities, they have always been, but this is different. This is like a public thing. That's number one. Number two is, now, I don't want to get into it. Thank you for bringing it up. Just remind me, let's just say in 2 weeks' time, I'll have a little bit more. And in the meantime, I'll just mention those things, which I do. Always. I've done it for as long as I've been here at TFNN. I mentioned the huge the coda phase. We haven't got that real, we've got minor coda phases, not the real ones. That's where Beethoven says, and they think he's going to end. He doesn't. He goes, nothing. Then he goes, what the heck? When does this finally end? And suddenly, finished. That's how coders end. The year 2000, just like that, okay? But we're not even close. But we are going to go there. I as sure as I'm sitting here, that's my gut feeling that we will go there, intellectual and gut. All right, done with that. Next question came in. Our spring got legs holding it. Oh, yeah. So let's see what it's doing. So we had huge gains in this a long time ago. Sort of stepped aside, went back in the other day we got back in twice. We got back in at 48, got stopped out. I didn't want to get stopped out, but we did because I wanted, in this range, you've seen how the Bitcoin made that cup formation and then stalled. So I wanted to be sure. But anyway, we got right back in at 48, and here it is at, wow, $4.88 up today at 56.30. Oh, look at that. Going into the big wick. All right, so this is, so that was roll in the den. Yeah, this is really getting legs, but nothing yet because the all-time high was 64.15. The high before that, the one that we traded, was up to 58, I think it was. There it is, right there, up to 60. Oh, right there, 64.14 and 6. Isn't it amazing how many the IWM went to 244? Crashes, comes all the way down, and then goes all the way back to 244, misses the all-time high by pennies, comes back down, and today it went just above that. Yesterday it's above that. It's amazing how these things work, that magnet. So 64.14 was the high in July of 2023, the last one, and that was the first one. That's the one we traded, and we sort of stepped aside, wondering why on earth end-to-end AI robotic warehouse automation systems, Symbiotic Inc. Why would it be so? Then I saw there were insider selling and all that. I think there's been insider buying. That's what I suspect. Anyway, so this is now at 56, still quite away from the 64.16. It made a new high by 2 cents before. Hey, congratulations. Now the support is between 52 and 48. All right. Next one is LAES. There we go. Yeah, this is acting really well. Big red candle yesterday at leg C, it's at peak C. This is Seal Square. Seal SQ Corporation, Semis, and Quantum. Very nice action. So it was on my list. We haven't done anything yet with that. Next thing I want to look at here is, so when was the question? Oh, another question. So I don't want to run out of time with it after that IWM discussion. Okay, I just needed to check. Oh, there it is. So next question came in. Could I look at ETH? Yeah, ETH, I said it's acting better than the Bitcoin, and this is where it is today. Yeah, it's going sideways, down 54. It's in this rectangle formation, just building energy. I'll be back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Yeah, so we're looking, the question was BMNR, trading at 51.61.80, up $1.87. Bitmine Immersion Technologies, and I believe it's Tom Lee's, that's his fund. This is, what a this is in 1 week, it can go from about $8 to 160. So I don't know how I'm supposed to do anything here, but I'll tell you what I will do. On the daily chart right now, there's a cup formation, and the cup formation is seeing good support on the right side. That's the MACD, the relative strength, stochastic at 89%, and the on-balance volume isn't overbought at all. So I suggest to you that this could rally a little further, but I would also have a little cushion, a little safety net, because it's trading at 61.67 in leg, brand new gray leg A, gray leg B. All right, meaning it's under the previous peak C. The next time it goes above that, that should be a D. So just make it as simple as possible. It's doing very well right now, and I would just keep holding it. But I would definitely... I'd have to have some part of the position should have a stop. I don't know if you got in, wherever you got in, but it's trading at 61 right now. If this had to start trading under 59.70, in other words, in the 50s now instead of in the 60s, be careful, because it could go sideways for a little longer. You want this to move very quickly. Okay, so let me just quickly go that. Okay, good. So it's options, expiration, options and futures, expiration today. Anything can happen after 3 o'clock. After 1:30, we could have another rally in the afternoon, and then a sudden pullback. We could have a pullback, and then a rally. Anything can happen. So let me do this. I'm going back to this because the question was, I want to show you something. Here is the monthly chart of the IWM. You see that big pullback, right? Let me expand this. You see this big pullback, and I've fought with this for ages with myself. I'm the only one. I'm the creator of the Chapman Wave methodology, and believe me, I challenge myself all the years I've challenged, and the idea is that there are rules. There might be sub-rules, as I have a phantom peak and things like that, but there are rules. You can't form fit, otherwise you have no plan whatsoever. So in a case like this, when there's a sharp pullback from 244.98 down to the low at 170, and then it comes all the way back, and you've gone to a peak D, technically that should be, surely that shouldn't be, why wouldn't that be a sell signal to sell mode? I mean, it has to be. But it isn't technically, because the 9-period moving average held, and now it's made an all-time high. So is this a brand new A, or is it a continuation D goes to E? in this case, I'm just going to make it as simple as I can. I'm going to say, I believe we're in a new buy signal to buy mode, even though it's just a single leg A to the upside. And I'll just have to deal with it. Technically, I normally have the patience to wait, or I put a question mark. You've gone a year, not a year, whatever it is, almost a year, and you're back where you were. That has to be a sell signal to sell mode, and then a buy signal, probably a buy mode, at least a buy signal. So I've answered the question, and why am I doing this? Because I was asked about, what was I asked about? Oh my goodness. I should write these things down. Because there was another monthly chart. SMHs. Look at this. Here's the SMH. Look at that peak D. And the 9-period moving average not only didn't go pink, it was way above the green, going all the way from 283 down to 170, right? 170.11. So this has to be an A. Technically, it should really maybe continue B. A D goes to an E. Everything about it says that's an A. But if that's an A, it means that we can't get a major top. This is A. That means October, maybe all of October has no new high. So that'll be peak A. Leg B is November. Peak B is December. Leg C is January. Peak C is February. Leg D is March. So if every single other month is up and down with a new high or a new wave form, then all we're looking at is we get to March before we can make a peak D. And it's hardly likely. I've never seen a monthly chart. It does happen very rarely with some stocks, but most of the time you will not get indices going 1 month A, the next month is a peak A, and the next month is a peak, a leg B, and every other month for 7 months. No, that would be very unusual. So that would take you into the middle of next year. All right. So all I can say is that's what I'm staying with, and I'm going to say that's the methodology I'm using, and I'm staying with that. So and if you want to go to, I want you to do this as well. I had a question about it, and now I can't remember what RSP. RSP. Look, this is the. Let me move it. Let me squeeze this a little bit so you can see right here. All-time high in the S&P 500 equal weight. A peak D has just gone to a leg E in the weekly chart, right? And I don't yet know, is this an A, gray A, and an E? Okay, I don't know. All I can say is it's still acting really well. 190.54 and 190.52. So that's still an E. So look, this is even the RSP, even the S&P equal weight. If you go to the SPLV, this is the low volatility. On its way down, low volatility. Look at that. This is the S&P, right? Didn't make an all-time high from the high of 75.43 in March of 2025 this year. Isn't it interesting if you look at all these different ones? Don't get carried away. Look at the IYM. Let's go to the IYC. Look, IYC. No, I lost all my notation. This is the iShares US. Oh no, this is different. This is the consumer. All right, I'll have to do that. I've got this consumer in the W, so that's okay. IYC. Okay, but even the W went to an all-time high just 3 days ago. So this looks like either a brand new A. I don't think it looks like a continuation pattern as yet. That's the this is the iShares US Consumer, which is the one that I usually do. XLC, Consumer Discretionary. Is that the XLC? XLC. Ew. Spider Fund. Select Consumer. Okay, that's not the discretionary, but look at that. So that's an E, and that's an F. All-time highs. So if you look at this and you say, oh, man, we're oversold. Yes, we've gone very, very high. We're at all-time highs in many cases, but I don't see people talking about it. One person yesterday at tennis is a person that for years, decades, always says to me, market going up, market going down. Nobody else has done that for I don't know how long. And he's just a regular. So it's not like suddenly you've got people saying that. Basil, when would you sell some UUU? Now, that's another question. I was hoping to see a decent pullback in use. The first time we haven't had the uranium, and look where it is. All-time highs. Unbelievable. This is leg D in the UUU. All right, I'll be back because my feeling right now, is this a brand new leg A in the monthly chart? That's amazing. I'll be back. Good question.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So spot uranium miners, ETF uranium, trading at 57.47, up $1.24. Look at this cup formation with a little like a handle, and then it makes another cup formation. Everything about this particular chart says that when you get to 60, whatever the exact number is, I'd say 60, nice round number, but let me just see what that is, 60.17. That's May of 2024. When you get there, that's where it might bump into some resistance. Resistance doesn't mean you say, oh my God, okay, this is really tough for me to do. I know exactly what you're feeling. You're feeling like it's done so well, my obligation is to take. Well, money management says you should take a little bit off. That's also difficult to do sometimes because the more you can keep, and you're right, the better it is. But we also have to look at the vicissitudes of the market. So I'm going to say to you, in the UUU situation, look at this, UUU. This is the ETF, uranium ETF. This one now is the Energy Fuels Inc. uranium. Then look at that single leg weekly. Look at that in the So that's the monthly. Look at this leg E. It could even be an instant restart in the. Look, all the technicals are fabulous, and look at the leg E in the daily. All I can say is like some of those gold stocks that have done so well. Just money management says take a little bit off. It's just part of the vernacular. That's what you just have to do. I don't believe that it's being greedy to hold on if you've done your homework and this is your position. You just want to hold it because you really feel that you can hold it for a few years. That's different. In this case, this is a geopolitical thing. So I'm just going to say to you, let's hold off for the weekend. Even if it drops sharply on Monday, that's okay. I'm just going to say I want to do a little more homework on this to see if this is just a short-term pullback that's like 1.5 points, and then it just goes back to new highs, or whether I'm looking at anything here that says to me, be really careful. In the meantime, it's holding really well. So this is Basil Chapman signing off, Guys of 12. I think Steve's still away. Have a great weekend, and check out my Opening Call Daily newsletter. We've had some really, really nice positions.